Hey, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the VOD Squad, the show where we talk about streaming technology. This is episode 279 on March 23rd, 2022. I am Clyde, and I am joined by Matthew Ross.
I am out of breath.
Michael Aston.
Howdy, everybody.
And Jimmy Trammell.
Hey guys, 279.
Yes,
I'm exhausted. After that conversation, I don't know if I have any more in me to talk about anything else.
and we're starting late because of that conversation.
No, we're not starting late. We just played the theme song late. We started on time.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
The pre-show just went a little bit longer than normal.
Also, I don't believe that you don't have anything to say, Clyde. I don't believe your words are all taken up.
I didn't say it was. I said I was. I think I'm out of steam as in energy to say the things.
I thought you weren't gonna. Okay.
Oh no, I've always got something to say about something.
And it was an interesting pre-show. You should, if you're not here for those, you should show up for it.
Yeah. You never know what we're gonna discuss / argue about. Alrighty. Yes, well, should we get right into it?
Well, we'll start with the story that basically sparked the whole conversation, but let's not go that far this time. Hey, let's talk about Apple TV and their app on the Android TV and other devices as well, apparently, but especially on Android TV, is acting in a new behavior. The new behavior is that it will show you your various shows and subscriptions, but if you wish to add a show or a subscription to the Apple TV, it will no longer allow you to purchase it directly from within the app. Instead, it now points you towards the Apple's own products, mainly their website, or for you to use, an Apple TV Plus app on a different Apple device in order for you to make the purchase. I wonder why they're doing that.
I am all for, companies doing this, but I find this hilarious because this is the thing that for the last year or so, Apple's been trying to sue people to prevent them from doing on the Apple platform. But if they want to restrict you to buy purchasing or renting from within their app outside of the Android ecosystem, hey, that's their prerogative. Yeah. Just as I have said about every other company that wanted to do that on the Apple platform.
Yeah, I understand the premise there, but in reality, right, if you subscribe to Apple TV Plus, you probably have an iPhone or some Apple device.
Not necessarily.
It's not 100%. It's not absolute.
Because, the whole point of Apple TV Plus is that it's got content that they hope will appeal to everybody, regardless of the device they own.
Yeah, I understand, but the thing is, it's for Android TV. So you could be an iPhone owner, but like Android TV, right? Mm-hmm. So but if you're subscribing to Apple TV Plus, right? Well, I guess it's possible.
That's a service. Yeah,
it is a service, right? But
So basically what they're doing is they're penalizing people like me, that they're finally starting to build up a catalog that I might be willing to subscribe to, but they're penalizing me, the person that doesn't have any. I don't have a single iOS device in my home.
Well, it tells you right there on the screen, right, that you can go to you can go to the website.
Yeah, I'm not going to get off my couch, walk across the house to my computer to sign in and do it there.
Well, just use the browser on your Android.
I don't. My phone doesn't
Right.
have any payment information or any cards or anything. I don't. I absolutely hate using the browser on my phone. That's why I
So how
said
do you-
they're
how do you-
penalizing people like me.
So how do you rent Google movies?
I don't. If I rent movies, it's usually Amazon
How do you
because
pay
I can.
for your subscriptions?
That's all set up ahead of time, not where I'm using it. If I'm watching TV on my Roku or my Android TV and I can't just push a button and rent it, I'm not gonna. Which is why I'll use Amazon primarily for renting, because I can just push the button.
One click buy.
And it does have a passcode. So I have to type in my passcode on the remote, doot, 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 and then it's boom, it's right up.
So how does it have your credit card details?
Since
Because
he's
I
already logged
set that
into
up
his account.
years ago. I use my
Really?
computer. No, don't get me wrong. I use my computer for all of that stuff.
Okay.
It's
So-
a
so
matter
you-
of convenience. In the moment, if I'm sitting on my couch and I decide, hey, I might want to watch that movie, if I have to get up, walk across the house to go rent
much
it,
for him.
I'm not going to do it. I'm going to move on.
There are many people that are in Clyde's boat where as soon as they get to that speed bump that does require them to get up from the
Yep.
couch, they're not going to, it's enough of a speed bump where they're going to go, no, not interested.
Yep.
This is exactly the truth the other way around when when you were on your Apple device a long
Yep.
time ago and you wanted to rent something from Amazon and they said go to the website
Yep.
to do it. If you
Mhm.
didn't want to have to get up and do it, those people also
Exactly.
decided against doing it
Okay.
as well.
So what if they bring the app to an Android phone to where you can pay for it there? Would that be acceptable?
And you can. He's just saying he wouldn't because he's
I
just
don't
at that
because
point
I don't
angry.
I don't well I don't do
Oh,
my
okay, Clyde's not going to do it, right? We already established that. But I'm saying, would would that be feasible to in reference to the article here?
for some people maybe, but like I said, not people like me. That's all I said was people like me. It doesn't. It's too big of a
Okay.
barrier.
Okay,
To be fair, that's essentially a one person target audience. So
I mean, yeah. To be fair to Clyde, he's not the only one. I know. that
As much
exactly
as I would
that,
like
too.
to claim that I am unique and a one of a kind, I'm not that special.
Yes, you
No,
are.
no.
There's only one Clyde. Trust me.
No,
There's
there's
other
actually
people
two Clyde Harveys that I know of personally, and a whole bunch of Clyde Harveys that out there that I don't know, but
All I gotta say
Probably
about
should.
this story is that this is basically, if you think about it, this is in a way Apple capitulating to the status norm of them saying, "Okay, fine, we'll do the same thing,"
Mhm.
which means that in the future, all these companies could get together and say, "Hey, we'll all make money off of each other if we let each other buy off of our ad stores, and then we can all kind of maybe get a good sweetheart 1% deal or something instead of the whatever current payment it is."
Yeah,
30.
Instead of the current 30/15 or whatever
Yeah.
it currently is. But they'll eventually, this might get changed. This is good. This is moving forward,
Yeah.
guys. Let's
Yeah.
be positive about this. Go Apple.
yeah.
Go ahead. Block us from getting our purchases. Go for it.
I think so, and I think that's the point that the Verge is trying to make here.
Yeah, I'm
Mhm.
sure it is. All right. So also, if you are getting onto your Android device and deciding to get that out and open up the Play Store in order to watch your movies or listen to you watch a TV show or something like that, you might notice that looks like that they're going to get those items out of the Play Store. Looks like they're going to be forcing all of those Google
Movies and TV.
Google TV shows off of the Play Store app where you could where you normally would be there to purchase them, and pushing them into the Movies and TV app itself.
No, they're taking
the
movies
Google.
and TV and putting it into
Called
the Google
Google
TV app.
Yeah. So the Google TV app has been around for maybe a year now, which gives you access to all of those as well, your existing library, and also had a way for you purchasing it before. So now it's going to be separating those two apart, being two different things. So
And I say thank you.
Yeah.
Because when they put all this stuff into the Play Store, And then with all the apps, it just drove me crazy because all I would ever see when I'd go in there trying to find an app is they'd be trying to shove movies and TV down my throat, and I didn't want any of that. I don't want it on my phone.
And audiobooks. And actually, there was a tab there where you could buy Google products. It did actually go to a different site, but it was there. And
if you want to buy a new Pixel phone, you can buy it from your Pixel phone.
I am not always the person to advocate for separate apps for everything, but in this case, it's definitely a much better experience. It will be to not have the movies and TV, and they also need to pull the books, magazines, and stuff out of there as well. Google Play should be games and apps, like
the way it was.
That's what it should be.
I want it to go back to pre-play when it was just the App Store.
Yep.
That's what I want. I just want it to be back to the App Store before it was Google Play.
I think the App Store is technically a copyrighted item owned by Apple.
The application store.
Yeah, I know. The store full of applications.
Oh, wait. No, sorry. It's the appetizer store. That's the App Store that we want.
No,
I'll take some fried zucchini and some buffalo wings. Thank you.
I could go without the buffalo wings. I don't like buffalo. All right. Let's talk about...
What do you have against New York?
No. Buffalo. Look it up. It's a real thing.
Buffalo, New York.
Or are you talking about bison?
No. Seriously, go look that up. It's a great story. You can read about it.
Okay.
Sonos is well known as being one of those people that came out with those like an early smart speaker.
The smart speaker where when you would push the button on the display, it would knock out all of the Wi-Fi in the Best Buy.
Yeah, I believe that was the one that you knew about. And they also are well known for having sound bars and being able to have this good sound system with the satellite speakers. I think they did. Were they the first to do this? I don't remember. But Sonos, they're these sound companies, right? Guess what they're working on now? You would think maybe some immersive sound solution, maybe
potato chips.
No, unfortunately, no. They are hiring somebody who they've got a job listing, looking to hire somebody for the next generation of Sonos home theater OS, which the next generation is the first generation, right? Because I don't think they have a home theater OS yet, right?
Well, anyways, no, they technically have a home theater experience in the fact that they have speakers as part of their home theater.
I guess
so the next generation, you got to guess what's the iteration off of that.
The guess is here that this means it'll be a competition for your Android TVs and your Rokus and your Apple devices for another platform to be covered on in order to have and to be able to see your shows and have access to your video applications. So, hey, the question is, will it run in Angry Birds?
Mm-hmm.
Everything else does. I think.
It's kind of hard if you can't touch it. Do you have a touch screen in your living room? Can you imagine someone with a 70-inch screen standing there in their living room pulling birds?
Hey, I've played those arcade games where it's Fruit Ninjas.
No. I know what they did, and Mike will know what I'm talking about. They acquired that mind control technology that they were using to play what was the shooting birds game from Nintendo? Remember, you and I saw it at CES. That's when we had the conversation with the guy. We were standing in line watching them play Duck Hunt with their mind. That was when the dude told us all about how Stadia had failed and was going to be dead in like 2 months. That was like 3 years ago. I think they acquired that, and that's what they're going to integrate into their next generation OS. So you can control all that stuff without a remote. You just use your mind.
Duck Hunt is the OG Angry Birds? No.
My name is Elmer Fudd. It's duck season.
Yeah.
Wabbit season. Okay, let's move on. We're going to talk about the fact that Amazon has actually finished their purchase of MGM Studios. This makes it so they are the company who owns a ton of back catalog and stuff from old television shows and old movies and recent stuff like Stargate. I don't know. Stargate, the original Stargate stuff. They've got a partial ownership of the entire James Bond franchise, and that partial ownership is probably worth something. Shows like RoboCop. I mean, this is a big deal because
actually, on the James Bond thing, didn't we talk about that they had purchased additional James Bond IP like a year or so ago, the ability to make stuff that wasn't directly the movies?
I don't remember this, and maybe
if that's the case, now they have the actual movies.
They can integrate them,
and they can now make new. Okay,
that could be good.
I wouldn't mind a James Bond TV show, especially if it's as good as Reacher. Reacher made that Jack Reacher movie watchable.
I thought it was good. I liked it.
It was great.
Very cool.
Anyways, MGM has a great catalog. I mean, there's a lot of good movies. The Aliens movies were MGM, right? So there's a lot of them.
Does this mean that Amazon now has a foothold in Vegas?
No, the MGM
is that the same MGM?
Sold. No, it's no longer the MGM Grand. They've sold it off beforehand.
Okay.
It's something else.
It's
like
Bally's. Did they get
something.
sold to Bally's?
I don't know.
Because I wanted to see the MGM arena get renamed like the Fire Arena or something.
The Kindle. Okay.
No, this is cool. Because a lot of people were speculating that if this went through, then we may finally see that new Stargate franchise that they've been trying to get off the ground for years. So
that's true.
Sweet.
I'm all for people coming in with fresh ideas and money to make things happen. That's true. I'm just always.
I know you're leery of Amazon.
Of Amazon owning everything, but that's me. That's besides the point. I'm leery of anybody owning everything, but Amazon.
I'm currently, leasing my soul out to Amazon, so I'm totally fine with them owning.
Are they paying you good money for it?
No, I think he's paying them.
Oh, that's worse.
Isn't that the way it's supposed to work?
When you lease to them your soul, they should pay you, right? It's your soul you're leasing to them, right? So you're not. You should be like, I need my money. I need my money.
That was a bad deal. I thought I was getting a sweet deal. This guy with the banjo came in, played, and I lost.
So will Amazon be the first movie studio on the moon?
I hope not. Actually, no. What's the movie that Tom Cruise is doing?
Yeah, but he's doing that with Amazon.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he's going up in the space dildo to film that. Yeah, I mean, because there's only two companies that are headed towards the moon, and that's SpaceX and Amazon. And SpaceX doesn't own a movie studio.
I'm curious. Has there ever even been an explanation as to, like, it can't be some sort of weird aerodynamics thing. It just has to be.
No, it's because
he wanted it to look like a giant penis.
He wants to fuck space. I'm sorry, I couldn't get around the word. I couldn't get past that word. That's what he wants to do.
You're gonna have to bleep it, man.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
It's seriously, it is unbelievable. There's no question about it. Nobody could ever have looked at that design and not immediately seen it. Period. Even like an exploded view or something, it would be apparent. There's just no way around it. I just wondered if they ever explained why they wanted it to look like a giant penis.
Because
other than what you said,
like everything else, he started from a Blue Origin.
Okay. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about Xbox Game Pass. And you're thinking to yourself, why the hell would I care about Xbox Game Pass? I want to hear about my streaming, people. Well, if you actually have Xbox Game Pass, you are able to get a free 30-day access to Paramount Plus. What's coming out soon in the next 30 days that Xbox owners may be interested in watching that happen to be coming on Paramount Plus?
They have a new show called Hulu, right?
Oh, the Hulu show. Yes,
yeah, it's Hulu.
Hulu.
It's
The
based
Hulu
on the game franchise.
with the Space Mariner, right?
Yes.
Space. It's right. And they're going to what are they fighting? The Convenient? Is that who they're fighting? I can't remember.
It's a cooking show, right? With the Master Chef.
The Master Chef.
No, they were fighting the Corvettes.
The Corvettes. Oh, I'm sorry.
This is like a Diners, Drive-In, and Dives knockoff, then, right? Cars and chefs and
guns.
Yeah. And guns. Yeah, I don't know how those get in there.
I don't know.
Well, that's because guns are everywhere. I mean,
Yeah.
I reach around. I've got like 2 of them in my hand right now.
Maybe the dives are in the ghetto.
Oh,
And it's just not quite safe to go there without guns.
no. Okay, being slightly serious. Yes, there's a Halo series coming out, and it's going to be on Paramount Plus. And in me guessing, they really want to drum up the numbers. Xbox is offering all Xbox Game Pass Ultimate members a free 30-day pass to the streaming service, just so they can watch Halo, the action series.
And the joke is on them because the series is going to be longer than 1 month. So then if you're going to want to watch the rest of the series, you're going to have to subscribe. That's usually how those things work.
Okay, I have a question here. Now I'm coming from the other end of the spectrum. I am not a gamer.
Mm-hmm.
I barely know that this is a game.
Okay.
But I am a Paramount Plus subscriber.
Okay.
Would this be a good show to watch? Or
May as well. Why not? I think Jimmy might enjoy it based on knowledge of the other stuff that he likes.
Like it's science fiction.
Yeah.
Right.
It's action.
Sure.
It's
So here's the thing. Movies from games always suck. Almost.
TV shows from games can be great.
TV shows from games don't have to suck. So I would say give it a try. It might work.
Okay.
You know what? It would be very interesting to hear how much of it makes sense, aka how well they explain to somebody who's not into the games and makes a good show out of it.
We'll put it this way. There have been several anime that I have watched that were based on games that I have never played.
Sure.
And I have been perfectly fine because it was serialized. They could take the time to make the stuff. As long as the world building is good, it doesn't matter if you know the backstory because this is probably going to start at the beginning. It's not like it's picking up where one of the games left off.
Actually, technically, they're actually going to go in a different direction. It's not going to follow.
Okay, then
directly.
even better.
Exactly.
If you haven't played the game, that's probably even better.
The question for me is, are they able to do that world building correctly? And I don't know.
I mean, I saw a short trailer of it, and to me, it kind of reminded me of Starship Troopers, is what it kind of looked like to me. But I don't know if that's really what it is.
Starship Troopers is funny. I don't think Halo is going to be funny.
No, I don't think so either. Yeah, Starship Troopers.
Yeah, Halo's a very kind of serious tone. Although, speaking of that, I would totally watch a Half-Life the series.
Would the first episode just be the subway ride, or at least half of it?
Oh yeah, yeah. The entire that would be the opening. That would be the opening sequence every week.
That would be every week. That would be great every week. Just him getting to work. Oh
yeah.
At least the first episode.
So I have never played Halo myself. I am very familiar with it because I'm in that culture, but I've never played it, so I don't know a lot about it. I will watch this and see what I think as well. That said, I am 100% on board. See, I didn't have an Xbox. I started with.
I had an Xbox and I still didn't own Halo.
Yeah.
I bought an Xbox for my daughter.
I will. I would totally love a Half-Life.
So
video game.
here's the thing.
Show.
Here's the thing that nobody mentioned. Remember when Xbox One launched?
Mhm.
You mean the OG's Xbox, right?
No, Xbox One, ONE.
Oh, the one with the X, right?
The last generation, not the current generation, the last one.
Oh, the X.
Yeah.
Not the
Well, that was
Series
before
X,
that was
ONE.
before X and S. But so when they launched that, they launched it as a media device. They were going to have this whole TV channel. Remember that?
Yes, I do.
What was the main selling point for that TV channel? They
Get
were
you
going to
to
have a Halo TV show,
Oh,
and it got
Was it?
canceled because they canceled the whole TV part. So I'm
Oh.
wondering if this was a continuation of that or if they just scrapped it and started over.
or if they've took that original series and
That's what I'm
polished
saying.
it over the years. You mean? Gotcha. Yeah, that'd be good. I hope so. That would be great.
Because yeah, it's funny that Paramount is putting out the thing that they promised like 7 years ago. That was like the main reason. That was the main thing they were touting with the Xbox One. And that was also the thing that got the most criticism from the gamers is, oh, if you haven't seen it, go watch the coverage of that keynote. And the people just losing their minds because we are gamers. Why are you only talking about the media capabilities of this device? We want to see the freaking games.
Yeah, that's true. I was on the other side of that. I remember everybody losing their minds, and I was like super excited to have a really good gaming capable and home theater experience.
Another perfect example of Microsoft trying to go too far into the integration stuff and the people screaming at them, no, we don't want to go there.
Well, this is a little different because frankly the integration sucks.
Oh, I didn't say they
mean,
did it good. I was just
yeah.
saying that. I mean,
I
even
think
before
they-
it was out and could be criticized, people were already like screaming at Microsoft that you ruined my childhood. But yeah.
Yeah.
All
Unlike
right.
the phone, which was actually good, this was bad and it was too much at once.
Yeah.
They really muffed that one up pretty good.
Well, let's see if Microsoft can screw up this. Xbox Cloud Gaming can be played on the Steam Deck. That's right. If you are savvy with your Linux knowledge, you can get your Steam Deck, which is running a version of Arch Linux, open it up, get access to the console, and install the Edge browser for Linux. Yes, there's actually an Edge browser for Linux, everybody. It's Chrome, guys. It's just Chrome with a different skin and some changes, but otherwise it works. So yes, they have a Linux version, and if you install that version of the browser, get it launched on there, and are able to get to the Xbox Cloud Gaming service, you can play your games on that browser. So streaming on the web.
Let me ask you.
Yes.
If you manage to get that in browser installed, is that are you considered an edge case?
In this case, I would say you are an edge case.
Okay. And while you're using it, are you technically edging?
You
You don't have to answer. I just wanted to put that thought out there. Think about it. Just think
you're
about
making
it.
me feel like Microsoft made a bad choice of name with their browser. That being said, this is cool because I love seeing people hack different things, make different things work, and I really fully expect for this to be a one button install eventually for people to either play their games through the built-in browser / interface that's built into the Steam Deck's app, or just an easy install of the browser.
If Valve were smart enough to make this easy, this device would quickly become the greatest device ever put out and one of the most popular. Yes.
There are a lot of Linux users that are right now using this device as their primary desktop. They dock it and use it on this big screen as Linux.
And that goes back to my point.
And play games on it.
But if they make it so easy that someone like me who has zero interest in trying to do exploits and find workarounds to get things to work, if they just added a button that allowed this to work,
right,
you would open up the floodgates to thousands of, maybe millions of people that otherwise wouldn't have even considered it.
And here's the thing, I don't foresee this ever becoming a problem. Valve is the kind of company that is actually really happy to let other people put, especially their zero cost open source software on there. They just put OBS on onto the Steam store, so you can just one click install OBS into any of their devices that works with Steam, which means it'll run on eventually very well natively on the Steam Deck, and you can use OBS on there to stream your gaming on it. So this is I suspect this will be in a month or two, you're going to have this and worked up by people who just want to do it, and or Microsoft's going to get it done.
And that wasn't me saying that they're making a mistake by not doing something. It's not me saying they won't do it. It was me telling Gabe, get on it sooner than later. Eventually you're going to need to do it. You better do it now while there's still buzz, and this will go beyond your wildest dreams. And then maybe you'll make enough money that you'll finally make Half-Life 3.
As a side Easter egg, literally an Easter egg. Oh, please, Portal 3. As a side Easter egg and literally an Easter egg, somebody found in the source code of the original Windows 10.0 source code, buried deep in the metadata of a graphics file, way before people even thought there was a thing called metadata inside graphics files, they found an Easter egg of
was it the name of Kennedy's actual assassin?
No, but it is the name of all the developers who worked on Windows 3.1.0, which includes the name of Gabe Newell, who worked for Microsoft at the time. Cool. All right. We have a new version of Roku OS coming. Roku OS 11 is a new thing coming out. And what does it do? Is it cool? Is it able to do cool things? It's got the ability for you to do new audio and video options, cool video screensavers if you want on there. Looks like a minor update as far as the actual interface goes. But we're getting a new version coming out.
I want to comment on this, but I don't know some of the things. I don't know if I know them because they were in this beta or if they've been around in previous betas. I don't remember the first time I saw that sound mode. I have been a big fan of the volume mode for a long time because volume mode, they introduced that way back with the original Ultra. Okay. That's the whole reason I got an Ultra. What it does is, like, if you're watching TV at night and then all of a sudden there's like super loud explosions and the dialogue's down here and then the music's super loud. And then so you've got there's a couple different volume modes that will basically do compression to kind of keep everything. Because that always drives me crazy where the music's super loud and then I can't hear the people talking.
Right.
It's 2 a.m. You're up, and then all of a sudden the house is like ripped. The silence is with explosions, and the audio was like super low. So you have the TV turned all the way up because the audio is so low, and then all of a sudden they're super loud. Yeah, I think I haven't bothered to use the sound mode just because I set the volume mode so many years ago and I just leave it. The dialogue mode's supposed to enhance the dialogue, bring it up a little bit. But yeah, I'll have to try that eventually. It's been there for a while in the beta, but I don't remember. Oh yeah. So you've got the sound modes just like you would on your receiver: standard, dialogue, movie, music, and night. Night was already under volume mode. There was leveling night and like normal.
I think these are good features. I'm not so sure about the versioning. I don't know if that would warrant a full increment of the version. It sounds more like a dot version upgrade to me.
Oh no, I mean there's a lot of stuff that was added. I mean,
Well, I'm just basing it off of what's in the article.
yeah,
Right.
I mean because 10.5 they didn't jump straight from 10.5 to 11. There have been several updates over the last year. So, but the number of, I guess, the overall feel is different enough that I would say that it seems right.
Oh,
being
there is
11.
an official interface update refresh, essentially.
Oh, they added German as a language. How about that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. How about this story here? We have Ford is working with Cisco because they know that when you're in your car, you want to be on WebEx.
Actually, up until recently, that would have been a huge deal.
Right. So they are working with Ford and Cisco are working together to make sure that their Ford devices, which use the Ford Sync 4A, which I'm guessing is version 4A of their Sync platform, is able to use their webcam that's built into the system, and also the entertainment system built into the system in order to have your WebEx meetings right within the vehicle. And this is allows you to use your Ford truck, your Ford F-150, your EV, or other devices, other vehicles that have the cameras built into them, to use them as a mobile video conferencing solution for yourself. I don't know if this means you can use it while driving or not.
You should be able to. I mean, because meetings are typically, they don't require you to watch anything. You just need to be able to. It's no different than talking on the phone, hands-free. If they make that easier, that's good, because I can speak from experience. There have been many times where I've been traveling to or from work, and I would have to join a WebEx meeting. The meeting's already scheduled. My phone knows about it. Android Auto, or they made a WebEx app for the Android. It's on Android Auto. The problem is you can't join meetings from it.
Why can't you?
I don't know. So
You might have it.
you click on it and it just, I don't know. And it doesn't. So it, rather than allowing me, because you're in your vehicle, you can't do this, I would then have to unlock my phone and interact with my phone, manually join the meeting, and then it would play through the speakers. How is that safer than pushing the button on the big screen in front of me and then choosing join? Because the thing showed me in the app that there is a meeting right now. All I needed was a stupid button. No different than pushing play on the podcast you're listening to.
Yeah.
And don't even get me started with Teams. Teams, Teams.
Can't wait to be on a conference call to hear, here's your double shot latte, sir.
Well, you can make sure you mute unless you're an idiot.
Wow. Most people.
I had to buy a seatbelt thingy because people were tired of listening to the dinging when I was on meetings. But
I have been on a couple of Zoom meetings while driving my vehicle, obviously audio only, and it works relatively well. And it's really nice because you can be unmuted and listen to the meeting, and then they can say, "Hey, Matt, what do you think of that?" And then you can unmute yourself, make
exactly.
the conversation, and they can hear I'm in a car. So yeah,
it's no different than when I'm in a meeting, a work meeting, out in my garage working on my lawnmower. I just happen to be on the freeway, same difference. Or I'm in the basement doing laundry or shooting pool.
What are you doing on my lawn?
No, not mowing my lawn. I mean, physically working on my mower in the garage.
I thought you were on your meeting while mowing your lawn.
Oh, no. Well, actually, I could with my... with this headset, it's 2.4 gigahertz. I can go to my neighbor's house and still be in a meeting. Ask me how I know.
And see, I thought grass didn't grow in where he lived.
Well, it does like 3 months out of the year.
Oh, okay.
It snowed today.
All right, last week we talked about the fact that it looked like that we were going to get official Steam support for Chromebooks, at which point we looked at that and said, ha, good luck with that. And I tried to tell you guys, yeah, it's not going to work on everything. This is the official word that the official alpha build is out, and it has a very specific 7 Chromebooks which are allowed to play it on. Those 7 Chromebooks are all 11th generation iCore i5 or i7. They all have 8 gigs of RAM or more. They all have the XE graphics built into it. So they are all fairly decent gaming computers to start with. They just happen to be Chromebooks. At that point, why buy a Chromebook? Why not run Windows? I get that part of the conversation. Still, this is early days. I think it's cool that they're putting it on there, and that we could possibly see this go down to lower end Chromebooks for lower end games. Obviously, you're not going to be playing your higher end games with this stuff. But,
The only reason to buy a Chromebook is because it's cheap.
Yep,
And
I agree.
Yeah, like you said, why not get Windows? There's absolutely no reason other than the fact that you're trying to be
Can it play Crisis?
obtuse.
Well, no, it's not on the list yet. But here's the thing: if you really, really want a Chromebook and you want to spend that much money, buy the Windows laptop. It'll be cheaper because Microsoft likes to sell it at a discount and even less than normal amounts in order to get it out the door. And it'll be bundled with like some crapware that also brings the price down. Literally, it'll be cheaper. And then download the Chrome OS Flex thing, install that on your expensive laptop. You got a Chromebook that has an expensive processor. It'll be fine.
And then use that Windows license from the laptop on a decent
on a
PC,
nice PC, yeah,
that you just built.
Although Microsoft locks it down to the computer that you purchased it on. So
I just used one recently.
If you use an earlier, like Windows 7 license,
no, Windows 10.
No, not true.
I did one from a couple of years ago. Yeah.
Windows 10 doesn't even have numbers on them anymore because when you buy it from the factory, they have it built into the BIOS.
It must be because it's a refurbished PC then.
The refurbished PC.
That was probably refurbished because it does. It's got the Windows 10 thingy. It was probably one of the refurbished ones.
You can get away with that, yes, but not. And if you buy it from the store, it's stuck to that PC. Microsoft gets their money.
Yeah. Okay.
Boy, we love ranking on Microsoft today. All right, let's see here. This here is an interesting story coming up. We have a story about Zoom. They have some new settings. I don't know what this is going on with these settings here. And all I gotta say is, apparently they're making it so you can do some weird avatar things with it. I don't know what they're talking about, but you're going to be able to make it so your avatar is talking to you instead of your face for some reason. I'm not exactly certain why this is a thing. It's kind of like your animojis when it comes to the iOS devices.
Did I accidentally drop acid before the show? What is going on?
What are you talking about?
Yes, you did.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're high, Clyde.
What is happening? I don't like this.
No. Everything is normal. It's all fine. You're fine. Trust me.
Okay.
This is normal.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't like the new normal.
Yes, you do.
So what is going on? So Zoom has got avatars now?
Yes, you can now install. Actually, it comes with Zoom. You don't even have to install it.
Jimmy's got something growing out of his forehead.
You have the ability to add video filters like you've always been able to do, and virtual backgrounds as you've always been able to do. But now they have virtual avatars that look like animals. As you can see, I am a lovely raccoon.
Well, the problem is it doesn't work for me.
Why doesn't it work for you?
Because if I go like blur my background, then you get this. Or let's see what happens if I
So that's because your camera is coming in virtually as what you're currently capturing on your hold on. No, go back to that one.
That's my picture of disapproving Jesus.
I was hoping my
That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to put my face where the. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No. This is cool in the fact that it's free. I paid a lot of money for a dedicated app that would let me do this years ago. And I've used it a total of maybe 5 times because it requires running that app in the background, which takes resources when you're theoretically going to try to use it with something that is very resource intensive to begin with, called streaming. Mm-hmm. So I never want to use it. This gives you a quick way to do it for free. And it actually looks way better than I thought it would. So, cool.
Yeah. All right. Here's some news. If you are excited about using Starlink and you have been hoping to use it in the future, or if you are currently a subscriber, unfortunate news for you, prices are going up. If you are currently holding on to a deposit and you've put your $499 in, you're going to owe them $50 more because their deposit has, for the existing deposit holders, has gone up to $549. If you haven't put any deposit down for a system yet, the price is going to be $599. And also, your normally $99 a month is going up to $110. That's an $11 increase per month for access to the Starlink service. And they say the reason for the increase is inflation.
You know what the actual increase is? Number one, we knew there was going to be an increase, but do you know why the increase now?
Why?
Because their big competitor no longer has a way into space. Because their big competitor was relying on Russia, and now they can't. Now, for humanitarian reasons, they won't pay Russia to get them into space.
Also,
so,
I think Russia's saying no. So,
and also, so that their competitor is so hard up that they had to go to Elon and say, "Hey, can you take our satellites into space for us?"
And did he say yes for the normal fee?
Oh, no, he said yes. It's going to cost him.
It's fine.
But the thing is, that whole thing happened, and like 2 days later, they announced the price increase.
It's true.
You know why? Because they can. If you don't like it, go to the other satellite internet service. Oh, wait, you can't.
Yeah.
And it's not a criticism. That's not a criticism because, hey, it's your company. Charge whatever you want. As long as people are willing to pay it, rock on. But yeah, it's very convenient timing.
Yeah, I think it really, if you look at it, the monthly fees, the thing that really you should be looking at, the fees have gone up only a slight amount. If you were the kind of person really depending on it, this is not that big of an increase, which is a good thing. Because a small increase is better than a huge one by a long shot.
Basically 13%.
Yeah, I know.
Which
so it's like 11% technically, I think.
Well, it's 99 going to 113.
No, 110.
Oh, I thought it was going to 113. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. So it's like, basically 10%. Yeah. Call it 10. Okay.
It is an increase. It's not a huge increase. It's something most people would still be willing to pay, especially if you have very poor
I would feel angry if I were currently a subscriber, mainly because they're raising the price, but the speeds aren't going up. Because they announced the speed increases for the business side if you want to pay like $1,000.
Right.
But not the speed here, where if they were like, hey, you're going up to 110, but we're going to give you an extra 10, 15 megs.
Right.
Okay, awesome. Nope, it's just more money and you don't get the speed increases that we're giving to the other side. So, sucks to be you.
And all right, did you know you could watch TV on YouTube?
Yeah, that's the whole that's you've always been able to watch TV on YouTube. That's why the big guys
surprising. No, This has never been done.
That's why all the big guys got mad and formed Hulu so they could like try and reclaim some of the money they were losing to people watching TV on YouTube.
No, everything on YouTube is user generated. You can't watch movies on YouTube or TV on YouTube.
I watch movies on YouTube. They're because the entire Google catalog is available on YouTube.
What are you talking about? This is brand new. Movies and shows are now on YouTube. All right.
Are we living in the same timeline?
So this is a story, but that Google announced that they now have a nice new feed built into the YouTube app, where you can actually go see a bunch of their various television shows and movies available for free with ads for you to watch. Now, what's interesting about this is that they've greatly increased their catalog. A lot of older shows still, but there is a lot of stuff on there for you to pick up and read if you're interested.
Is this what they meant by Google TV? So they're moving it out of the store and into the Google TV?
Maybe. I don't know. I do know that if you wanted to watch Hell's Kitchen, if you want to watch shows like Unsolved Mysteries, if you wanted to watch Midsummer Murders, Heartland.
How about a third season of the show that I can't even remember now, that it's based on the Jumper universe? Whatever.
The Sliders?
No, it was a YouTube Red / premium show that I absolutely loved.
Anyways, this is an interesting development in the fact that, of course, the irony is not lost. The fact that that YouTube was starting to have this kind of stuff, and those companies all got together to try to compete against it with Hulu. And now we're beginning to see the catalog literally form for watching stuff on YouTube, which is just another platform, everybody.
Impulse. It was Impulse. That was the show.
Actually, I've been looking through this old catalog list here, and I was thinking, man, there's some shows on here I should probably watch. I probably would hate, but you never know.
You should watch Ryan Hansen Solves Crimes on TV. That show was hilarious. It's like grounded in reality, sort of. It was just him being him. Yeah, it's funny because he kept constantly, everybody would ask him why he was doing a show on a porn site. That was in the YouTube Red days. Right. That was the running joke on the show, which I think is one of the reasons they canceled him. But he did get 2 seasons. It was funny, though. It was a great show.
Very cool. All right. It feels like just a week ago we talked about the basketball making a video in volumetric 3D, and now we have the NFL working on making a game that's going to be completely viewable either on a Meta Quest or with a PlayStation VR. NFL is working with a company called Status Pro to develop this 3D experience where you're going to be able to watch the game in VR goodness and have the feeling of being right there in the game with all those NFL players, exactly where you want to be. I wonder if they can make this. They can virtualize the sense of smell.
So if you want to watch that Rams guy touch the Bengals guy butt up close, you can.
Oh, really?
See, like right there, he's groping him.
Ew.
I know, but you'll be able to watch that like all up and close if you want.
And he's sticking his hand out like it's bothering him. Ah!
He's like, get away from me!
Ah!
Yeah, I mean, somebody's gonna like this.
Yeah.
Don't try doing it in your Audi, or you're definitely gonna vomit all over the place.
Callback from last week. And last story I have here is that Google is testing alternative ways for people to use its Play Store billing system. One they're going to be starting with is with Spotify. What they're going to do is that they're going to make it so that they're going to let third parties use different billing systems in order to make payments through Android devices. I don't know any of the details as far as whether that still requires them to get their percentage as asked for, or if they're going to be able to maybe work out better deals with if you're using your own system to work on that. But this means that the Google purchase monopoly may not exist forever on Google devices, which bodes well for the entire industry.
That's good because I'm an Android user, but I refuse to put my card into Google anything. When I pay for my Google expanded storage, I pay them with PayPal.
Okay.
I wouldn't even give them a credit card for that, and it's $1.99 a month. Yeah.
But would you trust Spotify?
I pay Spotify with PayPal as well. PayPal's the one company they've had my financial information since like 1998, and I haven't had any issues in all this time. I don't think I've ever gotten once a letter from them saying there was some sort of a data breach. Elon Musk and all those people have earned my trust. Yes, I said trust.
And with that, that is the stories of the week, everybody.
Alrighty. Well, that takes us to the point in the show where we actually like to say some real things that aren't hyperbole. And then we go to rants and raves instead of thanking the patrons. No, if you're a patron, thanks. We appreciate it. If you are not currently a patron and you see some sort of value in what we do, why don't you head on over to patreon.com/thebot squad and give us a buck. That's it. That's all. We don't ask for nothing. We're not even asking for that, but that's an option. That's the thing you could do.
It'd be nice.
We'd appreciate it.
And we'd basically tell you you're the best every week.
Yep.
Every week.
Even if I have to go to, this would be, is this my rave? I think this is my rave for the week since we're already in rants and raves.
Okay.
So I might have a rant later, but we'll call this my rave. Patreon.com/thebot squad. Yeah.
All right. I have not done anything this week. All I can say is that I have continued to play games through the Parsec app between this computer, which is my higher end machine in this room, to my nicer desk area in the other computer room with the really crappy little computer streaming. And that has been working gangbusters for weeks now to play lots of games for lots of fun. Without any issues at all. So I am formally telling people that if you are interested in maybe setting it up so you can play a game from anywhere, because this includes being outside your house, you could possibly set up your system so you can play your games from your device from anywhere that you can get an internet connection. And make your own home streaming cloud, your own Stadia at home, your own Xbox streaming at home with your own games. The other benefit of this that I really like is that I'm signed in on this machine with my accounts. And I have a decent number of games, a lot of games that I've purchased, and maybe a lot of games that I've picked up and said, oh, it's free this week. I'm going to put that in my library. I have a lot of those. And then my son says, hey, I want to play that game. I can just put him on his computer, have him connect to it, and he's on my account playing my games. Very easy to transition between multiple players. Now, obviously, we both can't be playing at the same time. That sucks, but that's okay. That's it.
That's okay.
Very cool.
You get to stream Planet Side 2 when he's sleeping.
Yeah, I've been playing that. One of the biggest problems with this, though, is that it streams everything to me great.
Mm-hmm.
PlanetSide 2 has a built-in voice system, so you can either somebody near you can hear them, or somebody in your squad you can hear.
Mm-hmm.
Have your talk to your squad. You do a voice chat with your people in your squad, and it's really cool because you use a one button push to enter a squad immediately. Hit that button again, get basically transported to the squad, so you're in the game almost immediately, doing your thing, which is cool. There's no way in Parsec currently for it to take my voice into a microphone, have it sent all the way back to the originating computer and send it out. So I can, and there's been people working on some workarounds to make that happen, but they're horrible apparently. So the audio is all one way, so I have to use the keyboard commands to do my voice chats or chat or type it up, which is the sad thing. But otherwise, it works really well.
Okay. Cool. Mike?
So I wasn't here last week, so I didn't get
what?
to.
You weren't?
Yeah,
Oh.
I wasn't. I don't think so.
I don't know.
Jeez, maybe I was.
What was
I
last week?
Pretty
Thought
sure
he was here. Thought he was here.
Anyways, Spider-Man: No Way Home. I went and saw it with the family at the movie theater, and it was absolutely awesome. We loved it. Very good.
I have a question.
Super
Before
cool concept.
Before you get too deep into it, are we in spoilers? Are we spoiling things right now?
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you anything except that it's super duper awesome.
Spoilers? I wanted to go in not knowing if it was going to be good or not.
Yeah, I know. I spoiled the heck out of it with that.
Now you're going to Napoleon Dynamite me. I'm going to go in there thinking it's this most amazing thing that I've ever seen, and then it just find it mediocrely funny and be super disappointed.
Oh, really? That happened to you?
Yeah. Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah, it's probably that sounds worse than getting Men in Black, which is what happened to me. Which is I saw every funny part in the trailer, and when I watched it, it was like, oh, I think I saw all this movie already. The short version, it was.
I
funny.
would have walked out of the last Men in Black if it hadn't been for Movie Pass.
Anyways,
it's like I didn't pay for it. Whatever.
Okay, so I also did see this movie. This is the one movie I said, okay, I'm going to go out and see it because everybody, I was excited to see it too. And oh yeah, Clyde, it's horrible. Don't worry about it. Don't watch it. It's horrible.
Well, that's why I didn't go see it.
Don't see it. It's horrible.
Anyways, yeah, I also now own it because my daughter wanted to watch it again, and it came out digitally like 2 days after we went to see it in the theaters. But that was fine because it was fun to go to the theaters as a family. And the other thing that I watched, we binged it really super fast. WandaVision.
Oh,
I thought it was 6 episodes that were like 30 minutes each, and each episode got a little longer, and there were 9 of them. So we did fail to binge them all in one night, but we got through them in 3 days and absolutely loved it. At first, everybody was like, especially my daughters who have like no tolerance for anything other than super high modern production values that look like the current newest Marvel movies. Like even the old Marvel movies, they were like, it's a little janky. No, but so they were having a really hard time with the 50s vibe at the beginning of the show, black and white and stuff. But once it switched over to color and such, that's a little bit of a spoiler, sorry. They fell in love with it, and we had to tear through it as fast as we could. And now we're all super excited for the new Doctor Strange movie in like a month or something.
Yeah.
The Multiverse of Madness, which there's a tie-in in both of those shows, which is why I mention it. So that's the next big deal is Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
Have you seen What If yet?
I have not watched the What If ones.
What if
should
he
probably
had?
If he, then he wouldn't have to watch What If. You should probably watch What If before you watch Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness as well.
Okay, we'll watch those. Are those
Well, what if he doesn't?
as kid appropriate as the movies?
Absolutely.
Because I haven't seen Falcon and Winter Soldier, but when I read it, it sounded like it was way darker than the movies.
Falcon and the Winter
like
Soldier.
a lot more violent.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier is, you know what? It's fine. It's got one scene in it that's basically it. Nothing is actually shown on screen for that scene, but it's scary enough that it makes you go, but other than that, it's fine.
So it's not more violent than the movies or gory.
So if it's, you know how violent The Winter Soldier was? It was a pretty violent movie. Lots of gunplay, lots of fighting in the streets.
That was probably the most violent one, and it was
exactly. It's about that level. It's really about that level.
So
it's
like,
on okay.
My
it's
kids,
on Disney Plus. It can't be that bad.
Exactly.
Otherwise, it would be on Hulu.
No, actually. So you haven't seen this because you probably aren't a regular Disney Plus user. As of this week, Disney Plus now has parental controls because they introduced TVMA shows. That is all of the Netflix Marvel shows.
Yeah, I saw that.
Punisher.
Yeah, MODOK is still they brought in all Marvel except for MODOK. It's still on Hulu.
MODOK left in the corners to suffer.
But see, yeah, I mean that is a big deal though, because those shows, especially like Jessica Jones and Luke Cage, those are definitely not kid appropriate at all.
Yeah, that was the thing. They bent their original rule in order to suit the to unite the Marvel, or to have a unified Marvel catalog.
Right.
And I get that. It still doesn't change their overall principle of, you're not going to see what was that I was watching on FX that proved why Hulu was still needed, because there was no way that would ever fly on Disney Plus. But and yeah, no, that's cool.
Yeah.
Jimmy.
So I've been watching 3 shows, and to me maybe they're a little bit similar, right? And the 3 shows I've been watching, one's on Netflix, one's on Hulu, and one's on Apple TV. And one of them is about the girl, or young lady, I guess I should say, Anna Zorkin.
Anna Sorokin.
Yeah.
And inventing Anna.
Yeah, inventing Anna on Netflix. I found that the original story of that, very interesting. Made me want to watch the series. In any of these shows, I don't know as if I'd call any of them like really top tier shows, but the stories, the original stories behind each one of them, right, is very interesting. And that's what made me want to watch each one of those. So I watched that one. That one was pretty good. And then there's one on Hulu right now still going on, called The Dropout. And that is the Elizabeth Holmes story, is what that one is about.
Yeah, that's the one I referred to a couple of weeks ago. We started talking about that company.
Right. So that one is good so far. However many episodes there's been now, I think there's been like 4 or 5 episodes, something like that so far. So far, it's pretty good. The acting in that one particularly is pretty good. And then the one on Apple TV is the WeWork company. It mainly focuses on the Adam Newman character, and Apple dubbed it We Crash. It is what they call it there. That one is just getting started. There's only about I think three episodes out, and so I'm only 3 episodes in on that one. And that one too is, all 3 of these stories kind of similar stories. I find all 3 of them very interesting. And I've actually seen the documentary. There's documentaries on each of these stories as well. So I just kind of wanted to see, okay, how is, a Hollywood production here going to portray this, right? And how are they going to tell this story, right? So, when you get something real life like that and they're bringing it, to a TV show like this. I always find that kind of interesting. So again, I don't know as if any one of them would be, top tier TV, right? But it is interesting to see how they tell the story, So I've been watching all three of those, finding each one of them pretty interesting.
All right. I've got one thing. Like I said, I've got a rant. I was going to talk a little bit about the new Winning Time. Are you guys familiar with Winning Time?
No.
It's the new TV series on HBO about the start of the Lakers dynasty with the hiring of with the draft of Magic Johnson. I'll talk a little bit about it in the post show. But my rant is another show that launched about the same time on HBO. I think it's an HBO original, not a Max original. It's called Minx. It's set in like early 1970s. It's a lady wants to make a women's focused magazine that isn't like just Cosmo or these other ones that are pimping out products to try and make ladies feel bad so they buy more products. Mm-hmm. And she teams up with a porn guy played by Jake Johnson, which is how I started watching it. Anything that Jake Johnson is in, I will watch. And they decide to... He convinces her in order to get her magazine sold, to get people to read it, they should put naked men in it. So I went into this understanding that there's going to be some naked men. Mm-hmm. I was not physically or mentally prepared for the bombardment of dongs that I was gonna be subjected to in a 2-minute period. Seriously,
Sausage Festival, huh?
Oh, it was. And it's not like they were just flashing. They just like on the screen, boop, 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 and they're just there. And it's just building. And it's like, I did not sign up for this. I was not prepared for that. So I recommend the show. The show is funny. It's pretty much what I had hoped. But yeah, just be prepared. There's going to be a lot of dongs.
I'll have to tell my wife about this.
Yeah. Hey, if she wants, she's interested in a variety, cavalcade, if you will.
Yeah. My wife is of the opinion that there's not near enough male nudity.
Okay.
Too much
well,
this nudity.
as I posted, I think in the movie party chat, or maybe it was in our chat. I think in that 2-minute period in that one episode, it had more nude. There was more penises than the entire series of Game of Thrones, and there was something else combined. I don't remember what the other thing was, but yeah, no, it was just go into it knowing. Yeah, it puts that movie to shame. But no, check it out. Just be prepared. I wish someone had sat me down and had a talk with me before. So I'm doing you guys the courtesy. And that is my rant.
This show has a lot of nudity in it. You're not going to like it. It's going to be shocking. You're really not going to like it.
I'm not saying that you won't like it, and I'm not saying you shouldn't like it.
Okay,
I'm just saying be prepared because it may become uncomfortable, especially if you're watching with somebody else.
That's completely nice.
I'll
probably don't watch it with your mom.
I'll probably watch it with my wife, but I would never even mention it to my daughter.
Yeah, no. That would just be weird.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, on that note, why don't we shut this down? Get on over to the post show. And yes, there is a post show if you join us live every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Central here on YouTube. If you would watching us on YouTube, but you would prefer an audio version that you can yell at in the car, like I typically do, you can download it anywhere that podcasts are available, even on the Apple service. I'm pretty sure we're still on there. I haven't ever logged back in to double check, but and then if you would like you like the audio version, but you would like it on a more regular or faster pace, become a patron. Only $1 a month gets you the custom RSS feed. You will get the new episode within hours of it ending. That is fast. Faster than most other podcasts. You usually have to wait till the next day. I mean, ours, technically, it is the next day for me, but it's like midnight, a couple hours after this is done. So, alrighty, let's head on over to the post show. Otherwise, we'll see you all next week. Thank you. Bye.
Farewell.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.